It was a stiff climb up the slopes of Jebel Muzbar, although the locals had it all sussed. It seemed like donkey was the best sort of form of transportation in the Valley of Edom. It wasn't long before we could see the twin obelisks of the lower terrace, thought by Graham Phillips to probably be the nether part of the mountain mentioned in the book of Genesis, which was as far as the elders of Israel were allowed to go at the time of Moses.
We're at the obelisk.
Yeah. That's the high place up there.
Up there.
There's the obelisk down there.
What is that?
See the trees there?
Yeah, yeah,
The white mountain, red rocks. You see the trees?
yes.
That's where I live. You see the green trees?
And what about Margaret? Where does she live?
She lives in that village. That's a separate village. That's the Bedouin village.
Oh, she lives over there now.
She lives
And that's Jebel Haroun over there.
white mosque. Do you see it?
Yeah.
Yes.
And my friend Issa, the musician, has just sacrificed his lighter.
Yes. And you hear that?
I heard it go pop, and then I heard the gas.
You watch that.
Close your face.
Nice. And I'm doing the ultimate sacrifice. Reading her book on motivational interviewing at the high sacrificial holy place on Jebel Muzbar, at the vantage point of the whole of Petra. Across to Jebel Haroun there, and then down right the way around over to the Bedouin village on the far side on the way to Beida, and the Petra tourist complex up there.
And then it was time to go back down the mountain, taking in the carvings and scarifying marks that must have been there for over 2,000 years, back to the Nabateans, the mysterious Nabateans who apparently carved the whole city from the sandstone a few centuries before Christ.
Another little obelisk halfway up the track. And a little Bedouin.
In the afternoon we returned to the Amran Bedouin camp and then took a walk 20 minutes around the corner, and there was Beida, known as Little Petra, about 5 kilometers south of Big Petra, and even more beautiful with its own little sikh and even an alchemical little plant laboratory that the inhabitants used to make plant medicine. At least this is what we learned from Rami Sajdi, whose website, acacialand.com, I'd been keeping an eye on for years, as I was impressed by his knowledge of the Bedouin and their culture, and especially their plant medicine. These shots are all from his website or Facebook page. When I tried to get in touch with him by email, it was he who gave us the excellent advice to book into the Amran camp. And being Ramadan, it was the perfect time to come, as we would have the camp to ourselves, he said. He also sent us links to his Facebook page with pictures and writings about the local plants and herbs. This one I recognised as the one we slept under in our own cave, but now found that it was the butum tree, or pistachio terebinth, raised in the golden veins of Cambrian age rock formations in Petra and producing the prized tree resin gum known as the Tears of Horus. This one is the fig tree, indigenous to the rock and gorges of Wadi Rum, Petra and Sinai. The wild fig tree milky sap contains a complex mix of chemicals and in fact is known as the milk of Hathor. The fruits of the wild fig tree are not recommended to be eaten on an empty stomach early in the morning, as it might give some delusions, which is why it's called the crazy fig by some Bedouins. In this one, apparently, we have both Azazel, the goat god and leader of the fallen angels, but also morning glory flowers, an indication that the Nabateans and the Bedouin after them might have been into the entheogenic side of plant medicine, as well as its healing properties. While at the camp, we also found out that it was Rami himself who had organised this beautiful little building, which was a museum of the plant medicine of the Bedouin. So, kia ora for that, Rami. We really do love your work.